It seems like every day we're figuring out new ways to get work done, especially when it comes to working with other people.
Yeah, and with AI changing so rapidly, it can feel like the ground is constantly shifting under our feet.
Definitely, and that's what makes today's deep dive so fascinating. We're going to be looking at some cutting-edge research that goes beyond just using AI as a tool.
It really pushes the boundaries of how we think about AI by exploring the idea of AI as a cybernetic teammate.
Ooh, I like that cybernetic teammate. It sounds very futuristic.
Yeah.
So for our listeners today, we're going to be breaking down a really compelling working paper.
It's called the Cybernetic Teammate,
Wow.
a field experiment on generative AI reshaping teamwork and expertise.
And the mission for today is to figure out how AI is actually impacting the way we work together, the way we share and combine our expertise.
And even how we feel about our work when AI is involved. It's really a look at the human side of AI.
Absolutely. And what makes this research even more interesting is that it wasn't just done in some lab setting or with hypothetical situations.
This was a real-world field experiment conducted at Procter Gamble, a global company known for its innovation and well-established R&D processes.
Right, P&G, they make pretty much everything you can find in a grocery store.
Exactly.
Huh.
And they involved a significant number of their own professionals in the study. 776 to be precise.
Wow, that's a lot of people. So they weren't messing around with this research.
No, they weren't. All these professionals were working on real product innovation challenges as part of their everyday jobs. So you can see how the findings are super relevant for anyone who's thinking about the future of work.
So how did the researchers set up this experiment? Did they just throw everyone into a room with a bunch of AI and see what happened?
Well, not exactly.
Yeah.
They were much more methodical than that. They created 4 distinct conditions to compare how people worked.
Okay, so different groups or something.
Exactly. The first group was individuals working completely on their own. No AI assistance, nothing. Just them and the task at hand.
Makes sense. That's the baseline, right?
Yeah, precisely. The second condition involved teams of 2 people working together without AI. So this was the traditional human collaboration model.
And I'm guessing they made sure these teams had a mix of skills and perspectives, right?
Oh, absolutely. They specifically paired someone from the commercial side of the business, like marketing or sales, with someone from the R&D side who focused on the more technical aspects of product development.
So they were trying to see how those different perspectives came together.
Exactly. And then for the third condition, they introduced AI into the mix. So this time you had individuals working on the same tasks, but with AI assistance.
Oh, interesting. So it's like giving those solo workers a virtual teammate.
You could think of it that way. And then finally, they had the same commercial and R&D teams working together, but this time they had AI integrated into their workflow.
So it's like comparing apples to apples, but with AI added to the equation in some cases.
Exactly. And by structuring the study this way, the researchers could really isolate the impact of AI on those core aspects of teamwork that we often take for granted.
It's a very clever setup. So let's get to the good stuff. What did they actually find out about how AI affected performance?
Well, one of the most striking findings, and I think this is super relevant for our listeners, is that individuals who had AI assistance actually performed at the same level as the teams who were working without AI.
Well, hold on. So you're telling me that one person with AI could achieve the same results as a team of 2 people without AI?
That's exactly what the data showed. It suggests that AI can replicate some of the benefits that we typically associate with human collaboration. It's like AI is leveling up the playing field for individuals.
That has huge implications for how we think about staffing projects and even the definition of a team.
Absolutely. It's like AI is giving individuals a superpower in a way. And it gets even more interesting. When they looked at the performance of the teams who were using AI, they saw significant performance gains on top of what the individuals with AI were accomplishing.
So AI helps individuals, but it's even more powerful when it's integrated into human teamwork.
That seems to be the case. The synergy between human intellect and AI capabilities is where the real magic happens.
And I'm sure our listeners are eager to know how all of this played out in a company like P&G with its different departments and areas of expertise.
Well, let's move on to that second key area. The researchers explored how AI affects the sharing of expertise.
Because we all know how those silos can form in organizations where you have the technical folks over here and the marketing people over there, and sometimes it feels like they're speaking different languages.
Exactly. And the study found that without AI, the professionals at P&G pretty much stayed within their lanes. The R&D folks focused on technical solutions, while the commercial folks leaned towards solutions that were more market-driven.
So it's like everyone was playing to their strengths, which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Not at all. But when AI was brought into the mix, things started to change. You had R&D individuals suddenly coming up with ideas that had a strong commercial element and commercial people proposing solutions that were grounded in technical feasibility.
So AI was like a bridge connecting those different areas of expertise.
It was like a universal translator, helping people to see beyond their own specialized knowledge and consider different perspectives.
Which is essential for innovation, right? Breaking down those silos and bringing different ideas together.
Precisely. AI seems to democratize expertise in a way, empowering individuals and teams to tap into knowledge that might have otherwise remained isolated.
This is all super interesting stuff, but I'm also curious about the human side of this whole AI equation. How did people actually feel about working with AI?
Well, that's where things get really surprising. The researchers found that the people who were using AI actually reported experiencing more positive emotions compared to those who were working alone without AI.
Wait, really? So working with AI made people feel better than just working by themselves?
That's what the data suggests. They felt more excitement, more energy, more enthusiasm when they had AI as a teammate.
That goes against a lot of what we hear about technology making people feel isolated and disconnected.
It does, doesn't it? And it's not just that. They also reported fewer negative emotions, like anxiety and frustration, when they were working with AI.
So it's like AI was taking some of the pressure off.
That's a good way to put it. And what's really fascinating is that these positive emotional responses were actually comparable to the kind of positive feelings people typically associate with working in human teams.
Maybe AI provides a sense of support or encouragement that people miss when they're working solo?
It's possible AI might be fulfilling some of those social and motivational needs that we traditionally get from human interaction.
That's a whole new way of thinking about the role of AI in the workplace. So coming back to that idea of the cybernetic teammate, it seems like AI is really living up to that name.
It's stepping into that role in some very significant ways. It's boosting performance, it's facilitating expertise sharing, and it's even influencing the emotional experience of work.
And were there any other interesting nuances that emerged from the research, particularly when it came to those really exceptional ideas, the breakthroughs?
Oh yeah, definitely. They looked at something they called top 10% solutions, which were the most innovative and high-quality ideas that came out of this study. And while individuals using AI showed a positive trend towards generating these top solutions, it wasn't statistically significant.
So close, but no cigar.
However, the teams who were augmented by AI were significantly more likely to produce those top 10% solutions. That suggests a powerful synergy between human collaboration and AI when it comes to achieving truly groundbreaking results.
So AI can help everyone up their game, but for those truly exceptional ideas, it seems like the human AI team is where it's at.
That's a good takeaway. And there was another wrinkle to this that I found quite intriguing. Even though the AI-augmented teams were objectively producing higher quality work, the people who were using AI actually expressed less confidence that their solutions would be among the top 10%.
That's so interesting. It's like they didn't quite believe in the power of what they were creating with AI.
Exactly. It highlights a potential disconnect between our perception of AI's capabilities and its actual performance. Maybe we haven't fully grasped just how much AI can contribute to success.
That's something to really think about. As AI becomes more integrated into our work, we need to build trust in those cybernetic teammates.
Definitely. And speaking of trust, there was also a really interesting observation about how the purely human teams collaborated. They tended to produce solutions that were either heavily technical or heavily commercial, almost as if one perspective dominated the other.
It's like they couldn't quite find that balance.
But with the AI-enabled teams, you saw a much more even integration of those technical and commercial elements. It was like AI was acting as a mediator, ensuring that both perspectives were equally represented in the final solution.
Wow, so AI isn't just helping individuals think more broadly, it's also promoting a more balanced and collaborative dynamic within teams.
It's fascinating, isn't it? AI seems to be creating a more level playing field where different perspectives can truly come together.
So we've covered a lot of ground today about AI as a cybernetic teammate. And I think one of the big takeaways is that AI is not just about automating tasks, it's about reshaping the very nature of work and collaboration.
I completely agree. And when you consider that AI can boost individual performance, bridge expertise gaps, and even make work more enjoyable, it really begs the question, what does the future hold for teams and organizations?
Right. If one person with AI can achieve what used to require a team of two, how does that change the way we structure and manage work?
It's a huge question. And should we be focusing on empowering individuals with AI or on building high-performing human AI teams?
It's like we're at a crossroads where we need to figure out the best way to harness the power of AI while still valuing the human element of work.
And that brings us to a final thought-provoking question for our listeners. As AI continues to evolve at this incredible pace, what will the true potential of these cybernetic teammates be, and how will they ultimately reshape the future of work and collaboration?
It's something we all need to be thinking about as we navigate this exciting but uncertain future with AI by our side.
Because the future of work is being written right now, and AI is holding the pen.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and make sure to subscribe to the show to keep up with all the latest developments in the world of AI and the future of work.
Until next time, stay curious and stay engaged with the ever-evolving world of technology and innovation.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.